Hello everyone, welcome back to the new series, new episode of Power BI series. So today we will discuss on the logical functions. So we will discuss the three functions: if, and, plus, or function. So let's get started. So let us go to the uh, table transaction table. So I am in the transaction table. As you can see from right hand side, from the fields, the transaction table fields are showing here, and this is the data for transaction table. So if you have seen my earlier video, so we did one calculated column for incentive, how to create incentives, or how to calculate so 1% of this sale. So today, suppose we have a criteria in this if function, that if the sale is more than 100, then only return the 1% of incentive of sale. So how we do? So let us create one column. So I will insert a new column from here. Okay, so let us give it a name as incentive 2, so that we can remember. So now we have the criteria of, if the sale is greater than 100, then only return the incentive value of 1%, otherwise no value of incentive. So let's start. So these if logical function is same as Excel, we use in Excel, but how we do it in Power BI, let us see. So we'll provide the if function and logical test. So logical test is uh, sales. So if sale is greater than 100, okay, and what is the result we want? So if sale is greater than 100, then a sale from transaction table into 1%, so 0.01. Okay, and if it is not matching the criteria, then extract the value 0 only. So let's see what program does. So now if you see under the incentive 2 column, so where the sale is more than 100, it has calculated the 1%, 1% of sale. So 1% of 164 is 1.64, so 1% of 413 is 4.13, and so on. So here this is how we use if function. And suppose our criteria is, if the sale is more than 100, and or let us say, if sale is more than 70 but less than 100, then we want to give the incentive of 0.5%. So here we have inserted the false value of 0. So here only we can add one new criteria. So if plus and, so two logical functions. So if sale from transaction table is greater than 70, and the second criteria is sale of transaction table is less than 100, then uh, o- then what result we want? So we want to give zero point 0.5 as a incentive, 0.5%. So sale from transaction table into 0.005. So half a percent of will half a percent will be 0.005, and if the criteria doesn't matches, then 0. So let us see if it returns the correct value. Okay, so now uh, earlier when the criteria was only for the sale more than 100, so value was getting extracted. So here now the value is more than 70 but less than 100, so it has extracted the value of 0.5% of the sale. So so if you see more line items, like if we scroll down, so value, so all these are value which are more than 100, for which we have mentioned the criteria of 1% of sale. So here the value is more than 70 but less than 100, so 0.5%, and like that. So this is how we use if and plus and function in if logical function. So there is one more function which we talked about, or we want to discuss, is OR function. So let's have one more criteria, uh, like if if the if the sale if the sale is more than 100, or the profit is more than 10, let's say 10, then also we want to give the incentive. If the sale is more than 100 or profit is more than 10, then also we want to give the incentive as 1%. So let us create one more new column, and we will name it as incentive 3. So if so we are using two, if plus or. So first criteria is sale from the transaction table is more than 100, or so now we have profit. So profit from transaction table is more than 10. Then what we want, sale from transaction table into 1%, 0.01. If the criteria doesn't matches, then the value remains the 0. Okay, so let's see. So program has extracted the value. So now if you see from the first row, the sale is less than 100 but the profit is more than 10, still it has calculated the 1% of sale. So in the second row, both of the criteria doesn't matches, or any of the criteria from two options has not matched. So here sale is less than 100 and profit is also less than 10, that is why the value is 0. So here similarly in the third row, sale is less than 100 but profit is more than 10, and in fourth, sale is more than 100 plus profit is more than 10. So so on the calculations are happened or has been extracted by the program. So this is how we use if and or function. So basically if is used when we want to return something on the basis of logical check, when there is only one criteria. So and is used when there are two logical function, and that should be true, both of the logical function should be true. And or function, when any of the logical function which we have used or any of the criteria is true, then we use the or function. So that is all for today. So we will discuss something new in our next session. So for the people who has not seen my previous video, or if you want to extract this Excel for your practice, so I will provide the link in the description for the Google spreadsheet plus the my previous video link. So please go through the link, and if you like, please comment. Thank you everyone. Happy learning. Be safe.